Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love creepy Reddit stories, real horror, and things that make your skin crawl at 2 a.m., you're in the right place. Today's story comes from the No Sleep subreddit. It's about a hunter, a strange buck, and something that followed him home. I've hunted these woods since I was 12. Never had a reason to be scared out here. I know the ridge lines, the streams, the sound deer make when they crunch through the undergrowth. I know how a branch sounds when a squirrel hops across it. I know the silence when something bigger is nearby. That silence is what tipped me off. It was about an hour before dusk, cold enough for my breath to hang. I was perched in my tree stand with the crossbow cradled across my lap, waiting on a buck I'd seen on my trail cam the night before. Huge thing, scar down its neck, antlers like twisted roots. But when it stepped into the clearing beneath me, something was off. It was limping. It moved like it didn't know how to walk on legs. Kept tilting its head too, like a dog trying to understand a noise. Then it looked up. Not at the tree, at me. Its eyes weren't right. No reflection, no glint. Just pits. Sunken. Too deep. Too wide. I should have lowered the bow. Climbed down, left the woods. But I didn't. I fired. The bolt hit just under the rib cage. It didn't bleed. It didn't flinch. Just let out this low, wet sound, like air escaping a drowned lung. Then it dropped. Legs buckled underneath. Didn't move. I waited. 5 minutes. 10. Still nothing. Finally, I climbed down. And the closer I got, the more I realized this wasn't a deer. Sure, it looked like one from the stand, but the proportions were off. Legs too long, neck too thin. The fur had patches missing, pale, blistered skin underneath. And the hooves? They weren't hooves, they were hands. Long, bony fingers curled under like they'd been broken and healed wrong. Webbed between the joints. The antlers weren't right either, not really antlers. Bone, twisting outward and inward, like the skull was growing in on itself. And they twitched. I turned and ran. Didn't grab my bow, just sprinted the 3 miles back to my truck, locked the doors, sat there shaking. Told myself I imagined it. Shock, adrenaline. Just needed to get home, sleep it off. But something followed me. Didn't make sense until I got home and opened the cabin door. Every light was on. I live alone. I locked everything behind me. Deadbolt, chain, even shoved the dresser in front of the door. I don't even know why. There's no one out here. There's never anyone out here. But I felt it, like something was still behind me. I moved from room to room, checking doors, windows, closets, even under the bed. Nothing. No signs of a break-in, no footprints, no scuffs. But the air was wrong, heavy, vibrating, like it was pressing against my skin. I turned off the lights, grabbed my rifle, sat with my back against the wall. Eventually, I must have nodded off. I woke up cold, pitch black, my breath visible in the air. The fire had burned down to coals. Then I heard it. Knock. Low on the wall, maybe 6 inches off the floor. I sat up, knock, same spot, just beneath the living room window. Flashlight in hand, I swept across the wall. Nothing. Then, another knock. Behind me. Knock, knock, knock. Slower, lower. From beneath the floorboards, I swear I saw one of the planks bow upward. Just for a second, like something pushed from underneath. Then it started moving. Knock, 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 knock. Back of the house, then hallway, then beneath the kitchen sink. It was circling, and then silence. I crept toward the hallway, trying to stay calm. That's when I heard it. My voice whispering from beneath the floorboards. I must have blacked out. When I woke up, the sun was bleeding through the frost on the windows. I thought maybe I dreamed it, until I looked at the glass. 4 long scratches on the inside. Beneath them, a handprint. Not human. Too wide. Too many fingers. Flesh melted into the wood, still damp. Under the bed, another handprint. And a drag mark leading toward the hallway. Then the air changed again. Still, heavy, like the world held its breath. Boom! The front door shook. Boom! Chain lock rattled like teeth. I raised my rifle. The third hit was different. Low, like it had dropped to all fours, pushing its head against the bottom of the door. Wood started bending. Then, breathing, not words, just this wet mimicry of someone trying to sound human. Then it laughed. My laugh. Perfectly copied. Just a little too loud. A little too long. Then came the whisper, still in my voice. Let me in. I'm cold. I backed away. The rifle jammed. I don't even remember pulling the trigger. Just the click. And the realization, I never cleaned the chamber. I shoved the couch against the door. Table, bookshelf, coat rack wedged under the handle. Something scraped along the wood. I ran to the radio, old military grade, rigged with a signal booster. Turned the dial, static, more static. Then, my voice. I'd never said what it said. Don't shoot. It just wants a way in. Let it in. Another station buzzed. Still me. Calm, smiling. I was cold, but it's warm inside. You'll see. I yanked the battery and threw it. The house shook again, harder. Table legs scraped across the floor. Dust rained down. The door creaked. Something thin started pushing through the crack in the frame. Not a hand, not a claw. Something bony, jointed wrong, like a centipede made of fingers. I didn't test the rifle again. I braced the back door, nailed the windows shut, taped the vents, blocked the chimney. Then I stood in the center of the room. The quiet came back. Worse than the noise. I don't know how long I stood there. Then came the tapping, not the door, the window. I turned slowly. Something stood just beyond the frost-glazed glass. Too thin, head tilted wrong, limbs twitching like it didn't know how joints worked. It tapped, one finger, then another. Then it opened its mouth wide and wet and whispered my name. If you're still listening, thanks for sticking through that one. Let me know in the comments. What would you have done if you were in that cabin? And if you want more stories like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. We've got more darkness coming every week. Stay safe, stay warm, and whatever you do, don't let it in.